Welcome to Get Real with Eddie, where we delve deep into the world of real estate with your host, the designated managing broker of Exit Real Estate Specialist, Eddie Ruettiger.
Good morning, Nancy.
Good morning, Eddie.
How are you?
Sleepy.
Did you not get enough coffee?
I did not get enough coffee.
There's
never enough coffee.
I didn't need any coffee. I didn't need any coffee.
No.
I'm going to drink my soda over here. Don't mind me.
And even though it's not as cold as it was, it's winter, and I need coffee. Anytime, but especially in the winter.
I understand. I understand completely. So I need to go we were just talking before we came on air. I got to go home and bought smoke detectors a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Got a really good deal. They were on sale. They are the smoke and carbon. Because,
yeah.
And I wanted to talk on air because the reason why is the one in the eating area, it's not in the kitchen, it's kind of in the eating area.
Yeah.
Started going off all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized, why is it going off? It never went off. It's over 10 years old. The sensor was going bad.
Yeah. It's a good idea. It's the beginning of the year. Go ahead and start checking the expirations on your smoke detectors.
Yep.
It's just a really good idea.
And
your CO detectors.
Got a new one for the kitchen area,
mm-hmm.
and we're going to put that kitchen laundry room area because it's right there.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And then I got one for the hallway, and I got one for all the bedrooms, and one for the basement by the furnace.
There you go.
So I should have everything covered.
Yes.
So that was an expensive trip to my favorite store. I came back home, but they were such a good price. Got a good deal on
I was going to say, and expensive is a relative term when you think about safety.
This is true. So now I just got to get them up. They've been sitting on a counter forever, and I haven't gotten them up yet.
I'm going shopping for a kitchen faucet, so.
That's always fun.
Yeah.
That's always fun.
We are talking about doing some things.
Do you like to shop at the green hardware store or the orange hardware store?
I prefer the other one.
The blue one?
Mm-hmm.
You go that's all the way out in Bolingbrook, right?
Yeah. Or you can go to New Lenox, or you can go to Orland, or you can go to Naperville.
Yeah, see, no, the green one's
I know them all. I'm literally a half a mile from the green one.
Yeah, exactly.
But they don't have what I'm looking for.
They don't have what you're looking for? Yeah, sometimes
you just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So...
And the orange one, I always look, but I always end up going to the blue one.
Really?
Yeah.
So blue one seems to have a little bit more high-end products.
Yes.
So if you're looking for fixtures and things like that, finishings, that's always a good place.
I tend to just like what's available.
Yeah. So, all right, how much equity have you gained? So, once again, this seems to be coming up an awful lot.
Well, considering everybody gained about 40% equity in the last 5 years, it's kind of a big deal.
I don't think people realize it, though, honestly.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be, you know what they're going to They're going to realize it this year. They're going to realize it this year, come April, May, when they see their tax bill.
I was just going to say, when those taxes come out, and people are already grumbling about it, when those taxes come out, they're going to realize what happened.
Because I see some property taxes inching up this year.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Yes.
Home equity is the difference between what your house is worth and what you owe on the mortgage. For example, if your house is worth $500,000 and you still owe $200,000, you have $300,000 in equity.
Yes.
I'd like to say thank you, Captain Obvious. No? Okay.
No.
According to Intercontinental Exchange, ICE, why do I feel like that should be IE? Intercontinental's one word. Just saying. The average homeowner with a mortgage has $319,000 in home equity.
Yeah, it's a lot of equity.
That's a lot of equity. I do not have $319,000 in equity. I will say that much.
We're close.
You're close?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. Significant home price growth is the number one reason why we are seeing this. So percentage in change in home prices over the last 5 years, according to Q3 of 2024. So percentage of home price increases. In Illinois, we have gone up 50.4%, and the national average is 57.4. So we are just below the national average by 7 points. Our neighbor to the east, Indiana's up 60.7. Wisconsin to the north is 60.5. Iowa is 44.4. Missouri is 59.8. And Kentucky also shares a little border with us, so we're going to do them too, and that's 57.1.
I just want to drive down just a bit to Tennessee. It's 72.6.
That's Nashville. Florida's up 74%.
Well, but I mean that's it's closer to us. But yeah, Nashville.
That's a lot.
Even Memphis.
Nashville.
Memphis has grown a lot too.
I mean, it's.
We were just
a
down there
lot
last
of people.
spring.
I know a lot of companies and a lot of businesses that have moved to Tennessee. Property taxes are a big issue, and employment. There's a good job development market going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, there's a lot going on in that area. Montana surprises me. It's 76.7%. A lot of people moving to Montana and really investing money in Montana.
Yeah. Well, these wide open spaces and people during COVID, they wanted less expensive housing. So all these people were moving from Oregon and Washington and California and et cetera, these big cities, and moving out into the great open, and
and Montana is the great open.
Yes, it certainly is.
No doubt about that.
Yes, it certainly is. And because you could buy a lot more for your money.
You can get a lot of land, in Montana.
So
North Dakota is only 33.3%.
Yeah.
I would say that's the opposite effect of Montana, and that is because just a low demand. And here's the thing, where Montana's positioned versus North Dakota, North Dakota is the first kind of one experiencing that polar vortex we had last week, when it usually scoops down. It doesn't hit Montana.
Well, you don't got a big mountain range or anything like that.
That's true.
You know, you don't have a lot of... It's wide open prairie. It's pretty.
Flat.
It's big sky prairie.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Yeah, so.
But, yeah. It's pretty open. Just cold and open.
Just cold and cold. All right. So, 2. Longer tenure in homes is another reason why there's more equity. Data from the National Association of Realtors show people are staying in their homes for a decade. 10 years is right now the average.
I wonder how much of that... I would say some of that is due to the Great Recession.
Yeah, but here's the argument to that.
But now, as it's moving away from that?
I would not say... It was the Great Recession when you looked at 9, 10, 11, 12. But by 14 and 15, property prices started coming up. We were still upside down, but they started coming up because 13 was the bottom of the market for us. Most people in the country were 11. Okay? So most people in the country were probably at least break even 14, 15, depending on what which growth was. By 18, almost everybody was probably right side up, for sure.
Yeah, but I was thinking about, the time it took to get there, because they're saying, like, people's average was 10 years in, let's say, 2019. It's 10 years. Well, okay, so they've been in the house 10 years. So that was 2009. So that makes sense to me. It was 10 years.
2009. Let's say you bought in 2009 and you sold in 2019. Yeah, that's 10 years.
That's 10 years.
And so, but if you bought in 2009, you were buying probably at the bottom of the market. But then, no, you weren't. The market probably still went down some.
Yeah, I was going to say, around here, it was
still going down.
Yeah.
If you bought, your best bet would have been buying 2011 to 2013, and now we're hitting that 10-year mark.
Yeah.
And that would be probably part of why you have so much equity.
That's what I was thinking.
But most of the equity gains have come from since 2019, let's be honest.
Yeah. So now the next 5 years are really going to be telling because people have all this equity. And if we can get the mortgage rates to, of course, part of it is supply too. It's the clog.
Well, supply's starting to break loose. We're
It is.
seeing some increases
Little
in
bit.
supply, about 10 to 15%, and that was the prediction. And you don't want supply to cut loose too fast because if we have too much supply
Then
and
it's
not
gonna
enough
tank.
demand, then
Yeah.
we're going to see prices go down. And I really don't want to see prices go down.
No. I just don't want them to go up as fast because affordability is
Exactly.
a factor. It's a problem.
That's exactly what it is. I don't want to see them going up. I want to see people keep their equity and not lose it. As long as, in my view, is if we can be 2 points ahead of inflation to 3 points ahead of inflation,
Yeah.
then the housing market is a great investment.
Yes.
So, because unlike a stock, not only am I going to be able to resell that and get equity out of it, I also get my usage out of it.
Yes.
It has a physical use. So,
Oh yeah. So and so if it goes back, not the exorbitant prices changes, but it goes back to that historical 3 to 4% gain. Now you're staying ahead of inflation.
Yeah, and inflation was it 2 weeks ago, ticked down again under 3% finally.
Yeah.
We saw inflation hit 2.9. So that was huge.
Yeah.
Getting
Yeah.
under that 3% mark. That was like a wall we just couldn't seem to get through. And finally we broke through and got it down to down to 2.9. What amazes me is from 85 to 2008, the average was 6 years. People were staying in a house.
Yeah.
They were moving every 6 years. And then once the Great Recession hit, it just flipped a switch. It went to 7 years, 8 years, and then 9 to 10, 9 to 10, 9 to 10. 2021, we saw it drop down to 8, but that also had to do with the extremely low interest rates of 2021.
Oh yeah, everybody was buying and moving and going because it was so low.
And then by 2022, the rates weren't at 3%, so people started holding off again, thinking, okay, well, I'll wait till the rates come down. I'll wait. And they just kept waiting.
And the boat sailed.
The boat sailed. You missed the first, second, and third boat, as we said.
Yep.
I mean, so there's a lot to really unpack here when you're looking at this chart. But 10 years right now is the average tenure in a house. So according to NAR, over the past decade, the typical homeowner has accumulated $201,600 in wealth solely from price appreciation.
Yeah. That's huge for people.
Mhm. Yeah. Where else, I don't know of another investment where I made $200,000 in 10 years. I mean, honestly.
No.
So, I mean, I'm looking. I'm trying. But, one thing at a time, right?
Yeah.
So,
Well, if you can make it that fast, you can lose it that fast.
This is
So
true.
you got to be careful.
this is true. Benefits of having your equity. Moving into your next home, you can go all cash. You can finance home improvements. You can get a business going. These are all benefits to having equity in your house. So definitely something that you want to keep an eye on, especially going into the market, because right now 11,000 homes will sell today.
This day.
This day, 11,000 will sell. So, the market actually isn't at a standstill, even though it feels like it. While there wasn't as many sales last year, there will be a normal market, roughly 4.15 million homes still sold. All right, not including new construction. According to the National Association of Realtors, and in 2025, they expect this number to rise. That means this year will be a good year for selling a house. But even if we only match last year's pace, this is what it looks like. So 4.5 million homes sold last year, divided by 365 days, gives you 11,370 homes sold. All right, 11,370 homes sold. That means in a 24-hour day, 474 homes sold per hour. 474 homes sold per hour. That means every 60 minutes, roughly, there was 8 homes selling
Every minute.
every minute. That's a lot of houses.
Yeah.
Every minute there's 8 houses selling. That means you can find a house, you can buy a house, you can sell a house with that kind of numbers. So stop letting the market overwhelm you, freak you out, beat you up. It's possible. You just got to look.
Yeah.
It's one of the
there.
top
It's
5
happening.
stresses in life, folks. It is.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, I'm the sicko that had a job in 2 of the top 5 stresses in life.
I'm a sicko as well then.
911 operator is not. All right?
Stressful?
Well, that's considered one of the top 5
Yes, it
stresses.
is.
Well, I guess it is because you deal with death. Because they say dealing with death, dealing with divorce, getting a job, getting married, and buying a house.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the top 5 stresses in life.
Mm-hmm.
So, I did marriages, and I do housing.
Oh, then I've had 3.
What was the third?
Marriages?
No, not your own marriages. Those.
Oh.
I'm talking about what you do for work.
Well, it's a stressor. I might have been married a few times.
A few times.
A few times.
2, 3, 6, 9.
Lost count. No. A few. Few.
No one's keeping score.
Okay.
All right.
Good.
You have the right one now. That's all that matters.
Exactly. It took me a while to find it, but I had to,
So, I mean, this is just an interesting way of looking at it. That, guess what? 11,000 homes sell a day.
Mm-hmm.
11,370 homes sell a day. That's even if we just did what we did last year, 4.15.
Yes.
So
That's a good chunk of homes.
4.15 is low. I think that's one of the lowest years I've seen.
I was going to say, and I was kind of surprised to see 4.15. I thought it was just maybe at 4. Just right at 4. I'm
and
surprised to
last
see
year
the
it was-
0.15.
Last year, I
actually.
think we were at 3.9.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're talking 2 years in a row
Of
of
just
low
low.
sales.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, it really does make a difference. And so, how do we really position ourselves to be that buyer? Well, first off, let's learn about credit scores. All right? And the truth
What's a
about
credit score?
what?
What's a credit score?
Well, I'm glad you asked.
See?
All right?
Okay.
A credit score is a score that is determined based on your payment history from one of multiple credit bureaus. Now, there are 3 primary bureaus, but there's also a couple small ones out there too.
Mm-hmm.
But they usually, for a mortgage, they take the 3 primary credit bureaus. Based on your payment history, each of those bureaus come up with a score, and then what they do is they take the score and they throw out the high, they throw out the low, and they usually use the middle number as your credit score for buying a house.
Mm-hmm.
So, myth, you need to have perfect credit. No, you do not need perfect credit. According to Fannie Mae, only 32% of potential home buyers have a good idea of what their credit score lenders actually require. So, there are loans that are available. If you are a 620, a 640, FHA has no credit score requirement itself, and an underwriter may. So it is possible, but you don't need perfect credit. It isn't necessary.
Now, your interest rates are going to fluctuate based on that credit score, but you can get loans.
Here is some of the major loan types and what the average credit score was. All right, so this is their FICO score from the loan types. So FHA, the average was 645. Average. USDA loans, average 684. VA is 692. Conventional is 738. And a jumbo is 768, giving you an average of all the scores of 727. But look at that. There are scores that are under 700. You do not need a 700 credit score.
FHA, 645.
Yep.
That's a lot of flexibility there.
Yep. And that's the average.
Yep.
That means there's scores under the 645 that we're getting loans.
Yes.
So, FICO explains, while many lenders use credit scores like FICO scores to help them make lending decisions, each lender has its own strategy, including the level of risk it finds acceptable. There is no single cutoff score used by all lenders, and there are many additional factors that lenders use. So, call a lender and get pre-approved.
Yeah, that's really the only way to do it.
It is. I mean, it really, really is to do it. So there are some simple tips to improve your credit score. All right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is from Experian and Freddie Mac to help boost your credit score. First, pay your bills on time.
Yes.
Do not make anything late. Even if you just have to pay the minimum amount of like, well, I wanted to pay an extra $100, so I was like, no, pay the minimum, then come back and pay the extra.
Yeah.
Do not pay anything late. It's got to be on time.
Yep.
So, pay outstanding debt. Reduce your overall debt. Not only improves your credit utilization ratio, but it also makes you a lower risk of borrowing. So, then pay them down.
Yes.
Pay them on time, pay them down.
Yes.
Number 3, hold off on applying for new credit. You start running around and asking everybody for a credit card, they're going to go, well, why is he or she running up all of these aspects to get credit? They expect you to use your credit if you apply for it.
Yes.
They do not expect you to apply for it and not use it.
So it drops your credit score until they realize that
you're not using it.
So,
which could be months.
Yes. So if you're not buying for a year, okay, fine, but
go ahead and apply. All right. And then just wait, but don't apply for like 5 cards all at once because you're going to get rejected. Apply for one, get it, cut it up, or let it sit in a drawer and don't use it.
Yeah, just put it in a rubber band, put it in a drawer, forget about it.
I always say use it once so it's got payment history. Use it once, pay it off,
and be done with
it. And then 3 months, go to another card. And then 3 months, do it again. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got 3 or 4 different card options. All right?
Yes.
But don't get caught in the trap of using them.
Yeah, don't use them because then your debt ratio goes up, and that's a whole different ball of wax.
You want to have, like, if each card, you get 4 cards, and each card's got a $2,500 limit. That's $10,000 in credit. And if you're not utilizing that, that's going to be, wow, they got $10,000 and they're not utilizing. Hey, well, and then they're going to want to give you more credit.
Yes. And let them give you more credit. Just don't charge. Just don't use it. Just don't use it.
Don't use it. So, all right. I want to talk about Channahon and what's going on with their sales data.
Okay. The Hun.
After the break. Keep it here. Get real with Eddie.
Welcome to the Lions Club. Being a lion means knowing that kindness matters. We believe in changing the world by serving the needs of our local communities. More than 1.4 million lions around the world are responding to local and global challenges with kindness and care. Come volunteer with us. Your Lions journey starts here. The Crest Hill Lions Club invites you to reach out to your local Lions Club to learn about how you can be a part of a community and bringing passionate, kind-hearted people together to serve local needs. They build relationships that lead to opportunities. In short, when lions serve, life improves, and the community grows. Grow with us. The Crest Hill Lions Club would also like to thank our sponsors who help with our yearly events, such as the car show and picnic at St. Joe's Park, and those who attend and support our Easter egg hunts, Channahon bingo, and many more events. The Crest Hill Lions Club meets the first and third Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. For more information on being a lion, go to lionsclub.org to start your journey today. That's lionsclub.org.
And get real with Eddie. I want to bring to your attention the Herbert Trackman Planetarium at Joliet Junior College. My son loves this. They offer free shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. It's perfect for stargazers. The show provides excellent astronomical instruction and entertainment for no charge. That's right, it is free on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. The planetarium features a 30-foot diameter dome, a new OmniStar digital planetarium projector. During the shows, you can enjoy sky tours using the projector and PowerPoint presentations covering a wide range of astronomical topics. For more information, please visit jjc.edu/planetarium. And for you educators out there, they are open for field trip bookings. So go to jjc.edu/planetarium.
Are you ready to make your next move in real estate? Look no further than Exit Real Estate Specialists, your innovative leader in the industry. At Exit, we're not just about transactions. We're about building relationships and fulfilling dreams. Step into a community of empathetic, well-trained professionals dedicated to your success. Our Exit Real Estate professionals are more than just agents. They're your trusted advisors and allies in the journey of buying, selling, or investing in real estate. Whether you're selling your home or searching for your next investment, trust Exit to provide an excellent experience from start to finish. Our commitment to putting people first means you receive personalized attention and support, ensuring your real estate goals are met with success. Call us today at 815-823-5478 or visit exitrealestatespecialist.com to learn more. Exit Real Estate Specialists, exceeding your expectations every step of the way.
The face for radio, the heart for real estate. It's Get Real with Eddie.
All right, let's talk Channahon and their numbers. So the sales price on Channahon's median is $351,500. This is on properties that are for resale only. New construction's been taken out. That sales price is down 1.7% in December from December of last year. Last year it was $357,450, $351,500 this year on the median. On the average sales price, we are looking at it being down 0.8% to $354,107. So seeing prices coming down a little bit. Your market time is up 16.7% to 14 days.
Yes.
14 days is your market time.
Not long.
No. On the average, your market time is 30 days, down 16.7%. So to me, I think we had a property sell really, really quickly, or a couple of them sold really, really quickly. Mm-hmm. And that is skewing the average. So average list is 99.3%. This is the average percent of last list price. The last price it was like, they're getting 99.3. So there is some negotiating going on in Channahon. The median is still 100% of the median. The percentage of the average percentage of original list price, 98.5%. Zero change. It was 98.5% last year, and 99.7% on the median. Zero change from last year. So again, we do have a little bit of negotiating going on down in Channahon. Contract to close, 33 days on the median, and it's 36 days on the average. 5.7% decrease on the median, so we're seeing houses sell a little bit faster. Contract on the list to contract on the median is 10 days. That is an increase to 11.1%. My favorite number, months supply, is down to 1.3 months from 1.4 months last year, which is now down 7.1%. That is huge. I think that was really funded by, last year it was up 75% because it was in 2022 we had a 0.8% supply and we jumped to 1.4, and that was because I believe new construction came into the year. Yeah. Actually, there's no new construction in this number, so that is not a new construction figure. So, because that is straight resale. So it jumped last year, but it came down to 1.3 this year. It could still be an effective new construction because that's still units in the market. Now, instead of going towards resale, they skewed more towards new construction, picking those off, and that's increasing the month's supply on the resident resale. Homes for sale, there were 16 houses available at the end of December. 16 for all of Channahon. That's up 6.7% from last year, from the 15 that it was. New listings were up 228 units, up 36.5%. So we're seeing an increase of homes for sale. Under contract is up 44.1% to 170, and your closings are up 45.8%. So the increase in supply has put an increase in closings in the area. Showings per listing is going at 9.1 showings per listing. So we're seeing an increase in traffic. That's up 5.8%. And showings to contract is down. So things are selling faster, 12.5% to 14 showings. Anything really sticking out on those numbers for you in Channahon?
Not really. I mean, it's showing a fairly brisk, steady market.
I wanted to look at the contracts to close and how it's come down since 2021. So you had 42 days in January in 2021, and you're really down to about 3 days right now on the median.
It bottomed out, what, in the summer?
No, that was, hold on.
Go back to that. What was that?
That was October.
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 Okay.
So it went bottomed out at 32 days, September and October. So 32 days from contract to close. So, but the listing is what I really wanted to look at. So the listing days to contract, because that's really what everybody worries about. You know, you can get contracts that could take 60 days to close, and that's just by choice or negotiation. But the amount of days, it was 9 days in June, and it's kind of peaked to 12 days in August through October, it looks like, but then it came back down to 10 days in December. So basically, the trend right now is 10 to 12 days and you're selling your house.
Yeah.
So,
And I would say that's what I'm seeing, you know.
and the month supply has been ticking up. I mean, month supply was down to 0.8 months, which just is not sustainable. It really isn't. And it came up and
To
peaked
1.3?
1.6 in May.
Oh, in May, yeah.
So over the summers, they had the most supply, and then it ticked down to 1.3 in October, and it's been holding at 1.3 months supply. So
Which is still very low.
very low. I mean, it's amazing.
I wonder if that's our new normal,
What's that?
like under 2%.
Or 2 months in inventory?
I mean, under two months.
I don't think that's going to be our new normal for month supply. I think that's still a seller's market. I can see 4 months supply being a neutral market, but you're still selling houses way too fast,
Well, but I mean, people aren't moving, so I wonder, that's what I mean by new normal. I wonder if that's going to be the normal for a few years or even a decade until we catch up with supply, if that's our
But to call
normal.
that a normal month supply, in my view, would mean that it's a neutral market and neither a buyer or a seller does not have an advantage. And I can't say that. I would say the seller still has an advantage because of the lack of inventory. So it's still a seller's market. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I see why you're saying that.
Why? So, I mean, I see why you say it's the new normal. Yes, it is the new normal. We've been in a seller's market. The seller's market.
Years.
Yeah, the seller's
Yeah.
market is the normal. I'm not arguing that.
Okay.
I'm just saying that it's not normally to be in a seller's market. We should be a neutral market where neither the seller or the buyer have an advantage.
Right.
And we blew through that neutral market. It was like a month in 2014.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
think
We
the
went-
seller's market is normal
Yes.
until we get that supply up, and it might be 10 years at this rate.
It shouldn't be. We should be able to do it in half that time because
But in
in
order to do that, we would have to increase, and they're not increasing it that fast in order to bring it up to the levels we need to do it in 5.
To do it in 5 years, we would probably need to produce 1.25 million units a year. I think we need about 1 million homes a year to keep up with population growth.
Okay. But then we got to make up.
So to do it in 5 years, because we're about 4 million units, they've said, down.
Yeah.
You would have...
You'd need to do like 2 million.
You'd have to do 2 million. You're right, 2 million a year. So yeah, that would be 5 years. So 10 years, 10 years would be 500,000.
Right.
If to catch up. And we're doing maybe 1.2 million. So we're really on pace to do 20 years to get a neutral market.
Yeah.
So now you do have a couple aspects of that. Okay, well, where's the population growth at? And it's really not about population growth. It's about household formations is the issue. And the reason I say that is you can have population growth without having household formations. You can see population growth go up if we all of a sudden went on a run and had everybody started having 4 or 5 kids. Population's growing up, but those kids aren't going to become households for 20 years.
Yeah.
Okay? So it's not really, it's the household formations. And at the same token, if you have a marriage, that just went from 2 households, and many times if they're both renting, down to 1 household.
Right.
Vice versa on a divorce.
On a divorce, right.
So it's the household formations that really, really are addressing the aspect. And it's going to get into these like mortgage rates. So these monthly mortgage rates really make an impact. You know, if you're looking at a $250,000 home loan, just on principal and interest at 7.5%, $1,748 is your monthly payment.
Mm-hmm.
If that rate dropped 1 point, you're at now, so at 6.5 for $250,000, $1,580. That's $168 in monthly savings.
Yeah. Which is a lot of money. I mean, that's grocery money.
And let's
gas money.
So I've got it also broken out, $450,000, because that's more of the prices around our market.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, we're 250 is really, really cheap in our
It's
market.
really hard to find a
Yeah.
250
Yeah.
in our market. Yes, would agree.
So $450 at 7.5, you're paying $3,146 on principal and interest. Now we don't have property taxes because that's varies. I can't do it with property taxes. All right. So take your local taxes, divide by 12, and add it, and there you go. Again, we drop 1 point. That's $302 in savings. You went from $3,146 to $2,844 at a 6.5% rate.
Yeah. Get it down to 6, like I was saying before. We hit closer to 6 for interest rates, and we're going to see a lot of movement.
I think you're going to see a lot of movement because that same $450 price range, now your monthly payment on principal and interest is $2,698.
Yeah.
You're saving from the 7% rate $448 a month.
That makes that house a lot more affordable.
That's a car payment.
Yeah.
I buy cheap cars, okay? My car payment is $400 a month. I buy cheap cars.
Yeah.
So I'm not into, big car payments. I see cars as a utility, not as a luxury, because I just drive them and drive them and drive them.
Yeah.
So
well, I have my creature comforts.
Yeah,
But
everybody's different.
Premium gas is beginning to really get on my nerves, so you might see me making a jump.
Gas prices hopefully will start coming down soon. We'll see. But hopefully, I
don't see it.
So
I don't see it.
Oh, it's going to take 6-9 months, probably at least, before we start really seeing any major effects. But we'll see.
We'll see.
All right, let's take a break, and when we get back, more housing forecasts for 2025 as always. Because it's January and we've got
and that's what we do.
That's what we get is housing forecasts. So, all right, so keep it here. Get real with Eddie.
It's Eddie Ruettiger from Exit Real Estate Specialists. And Get Real with Eddie. I want to bring to your attention the Herbert Trackman Planetarium at Joliet Junior College. My son loves this. They offer free shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. It's perfect for stargazers. The show provides excellent astronomical instruction and entertainment for no charge. That's right, it is free on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. The planetarium features a 30-foot diameter dome, a new OmniStar digital planetarium projector. During the shows, you can enjoy sky tours using the projector and PowerPoint presentations covering a wide range of astronomical topics. For more information, please visit jjc.edu/planetarium. And for you educators out there, they are open for field trip bookings. So go to jjc.edu/planetarium.
Welcome to the Lions Club. Being a lion means knowing that kindness matters. We believe in changing the world by serving the needs of our local communities. More than 1.4 million lions around the world are responding to local and global challenges with kindness and care. Come volunteer with us. Your Lions journey starts here. The Crest Hill Lions Club invites you to reach out to your local Lions Club to learn about how you can be a part of a community and bringing passionate, kind-hearted people together to serve local needs. They build relationships that lead to opportunities. In short, when lions serve, life improves, and the community grows. Grow with us. The Crest Hill Lions Club would also like to thank our sponsors who help with our yearly events, such as the car show and picnic at St. Joe's Park, and those who attend and support our Easter egg hunts, Channahon bingo, and many more events. The Crest Hill Lions Club meets the first and third Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. For more information on being a lion, go to lionsclub.org to start your journey today. That's lionsclub.org.
Are you ready to make your next move in real estate? Look no further than Exit Real Estate Specialists, your innovative leader in the industry. At Exit, we're not just about transactions. We're about building relationships and fulfilling dreams. Step into a community of empathetic, well-trained professionals dedicated to your success. Our Exit Real Estate professionals are more than just agents. They're your trusted advisors and allies in the journey of buying, selling, or investing in real estate. Whether you're selling your home or searching for your next investment, trust Exit to provide an excellent experience from start to finish. Our commitment to putting people first means you receive personalized attention and support, ensuring your real estate goals are met with success. Call us today at 815-823-5478 or visit exitrealestatespecialist.com to learn more. Exit Real Estate Specialists, exceeding your expectations every step of the way.
Doing everything for you except the moving, and be glad. It's Get Real with Eddie.
300 Theodore Street in Crest Hill, Illinois is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath with a full basement, 3-car garage home that's about 1,000 square feet, available for purchase for $260,000. 3-car garage that is heated, electric, and hot and cold running water. I always get that tongue-tied for some reason. So definitely check that out if you are looking for a new home. Talking about something that's not under $250, but man, it's awfully close. $260. So all brick. Got a upstairs to it, so it's kind of like a bungalow with the attic finished off. Definitely something to check out in Crest Hill, 300 Theodore Street in Crest Hill, Illinois. All right. Home prices are forecasted to rise in 2025.
Not surprised.
The average, they're saying, is well, let's not do the average. Let's do AEI Housing Center is the top dog. They're saying we're going to go up 5.5%. Wells Fargo says we're going to go up 4.9%. Goldman Sachs is 4.4%. Capital Economics. I want to say economists, and I don't know why.
Yeah,
Economics. I was getting tongue-tied there. 4%. Redfin's 4%. First American 3.9%. HPES, the HEAPS survey, is 3.8%. Realtor.com 3.7%. Fannie Mae 3.6%. Adam is 3.5%. Housing Wire 3.5%. Bright MLS 3.1%. Zillow 2.6%. CoreLogic 2.4%. Zelman is 2.3, Bank of America 2.0, NAR 2.0, Zonda 1.7, MBA 1.3, and Freddie Mac is 0.6. The ones that we do not like, Moody's Analytics says we're going to lose 0.4% of the market, and Morgan Stanley says we're going to go down 2%.
What are they looking at?
I don't know. I think they're looking at, if I was to guess what they're thinking the interest rates are not going to come down. And since the rates aren't going to come down, buyers are going to hold off and not move because we're going to have problems with...
but that's not going to cause housing.
Recession.
That'll just...
It's the recession.
Yeah, well, it's just... But supply is so low. Of course...
Supply is extremely low, but so is demand. They're expecting demand to drop.
Well, yeah, if interest rates go up again, like 7.5, whatever, interest rates go up, yes, I would say a lot of people will drop out of the market at that point.
Yeah. I mean, and that's what the market's kind of, I think, waiting on, is they're waiting for it. I think things are still settling down from the change in leadership in Washington. We're still not there yet. I think come Super Bowl, and we're close, I think you're going to start seeing the rates tick down. I'm not saying they're going to go down dramatically, but we're going to see them tick down, and I think you're going to start seeing some movement in the market, hopefully.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't see the regime changes affecting things that quickly. Let's put it that way. I see more 6 to 8 months financially.
Yes.
In the financial market.
I agree. From actual stuff, but this is just going to be pent-up optimism. It's the same thing as all of a sudden, it's the same concept as when the election day and the next day after the election, the stock market was up like 1,000 points. This is just going to be the instant aspects. Oh, here we go. And all of a sudden something's going to break. And that's going to be that. Now, that doesn't mean they're not going to shoot back up a little bit. And that's going to be the thing for going in 2025.
Yeah.
When the rate goes low, lock the rate. Because guess what? It's going to shoot back up the next week. We are going to be on a roller coaster for rates. These are not going to go straight down. They're not going straight up. It's going to be a roller coaster. And when you're at the low, take advantage. When you're not, if you're not ready, relax. It's going to come back down. But I think rates are going to be in a roller coaster between 6.8 and 6.3 and 6.8 all year long.
I would agree with that.
I mean, you're gonna
if we get hit 6.25, run and go buy a house. But hopefully you're in the market already and ready.
That's by
the time you get ready, it'll be gone.
That's what I was going to say. If you're waiting for rates to go down and then you get in the market, by the time you get approved, they're going to be back up.
Yep.
So go get yourself pre-approved now. Start looking at houses. Start looking at what thing, and just watch. Yeah. Watch that 10-year Treasury note. That 10-year Treasury note starts getting closer and closer to 4. I really think you're going to see rates start coming down. I didn't look at it this week. Last week we looked at it, was 4.5. I haven't seen anything really on rates.
I haven't seen it this week.
I mean...
Our guy hasn't been sending out his numbers.
I know.
So... I kind of been relying on him. Need to poke that bear a little bit.
Just a little, seriously. So the number of homes expected to grow is 15%. 2025 is poised to continue the trend of rising inventory across the country. We'll probably finish 2025 with 15% more homes available than we have now. So this is from Altos Research, Mike Simonson.
Yeah,
I'm going Simonson. So that's 15% more in inventory. That doesn't necessarily mean we're going to get 15% more transactions. So I think there is a concern on where the buyer demand's going to be, but that's the advantage if you're the buyer. this could be a very micro, depending on where you're at, you may have a micro buyer market, and you may be able to negotiate a deal.
Yeah, depending, and it will be very micro market, you know.
Look at, if you're working in our marketplace and you're looking to buy in our marketplace, make sure your agent is bringing up InfoSparks. And I would look at it based on a zip code. Don't do cities, do zip code.
Do zip codes. Do local areas.
The zip code is, I mean, you can break InfoSparks.
Hyper-local.
You can go hyper-local and put InfoSparks into a neighborhood, but the problem is the agent's going to need to know how to navigate that, set that up. It can be challenging. It's going to be just simpler and easier to pull that off in a hyper-local. So we did Channahon today. What's Channahon's zip code? 604, I'm always forgetting. Is it 4? No, that's Bolingbrook.
Hang on. Bringing it up.
I have so many zip codes in my head, I always forget.
Know. You and me both. It is. Oh, there's 3 zip codes in Channahon. See, you got to go
look at that.
Local. 60410.
Let's go 447.
447 or 450.
60447. We're gonna go. I think that's the traditional, or the old one. And see, like if you look at that, month supply is sitting at 1.3 months. Your sales price for that zip code is $329,950, up 10%. So you really want to break down and look at those numbers and go from there. And those numbers can get sent out to you. They can get updated. You really want to understand that market and make sure you know what's going on. So,
yep.
All right, that wraps it up for Get Real with Eddie. Don't forget, check out that whole new website where you can download our show as a podcast, watch us on YouTube, and look at all the funny faces Nancy makes at me every week. Like that one.
Like that?
It's GetRealWithEddie.com, talking about your largest investment 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. GetRealWithEddie.com, talking about your home.
Thanks for listening. Eddie Ruettiger is the designated managing broker and owner of Exit Real Estate Specialists, located at 2750 Caton Farm Road, Joliet. License number 481014247. For questions, call Eddie at 815-823-5478.